Hey guys, it's Kayla, and I want to share with you a very, very personal experience that I had of moving out at the age of 18. I just want to precursor pretty much everything I'm about to say with um, the fact that this is my personal experience, and I don't think the experience that the majority of people have, nor do I expect for you to have the same experience. I think a large part of how you'll kind of take moving out is how your home life was. For me, my home life wasn't bad. It was when I was younger. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good. And I think I kind of got stuck on the idea that like the environment there wasn't very good for me, and I was gonna move out, and the environment was gonna get so much better, and therefore I was going to be able to grow so much more, and everything was just kind of gonna improve in my life, even if I was kind of struggling. Um, I'll just start off this video by saying I was wrong, and I don't think that moving out so young and so unprepared was the best thing for me. But I think if my home life had been the way I was when I was younger, my whole experience here would be different. So that's a huge, huge factor, and that's something I think needs to be considered when you are thinking about moving out. Um, and just so you know, like the reasoning for me moving out was kind of that, but I really wasn't planning on moving out quite that early or to a different city. But it just so happened that in like December of like 2012, my best friend, who I'm now rooming with, kind of said like, "Hey, I'm going to art school in Grand Rapids, which is one of my favorite cities, and it's also where my boyfriend was living at the time. So we were in a semi long distance relationship." And to me, this seemed like such a win-win situation. Like like I get a roommate that I've been friends with forever, and you know, it's just my life's going to improve from here on out. And I really think I was wrong in pretty much every way I was thinking. And I was super naive in the sense that I thought I wasn't naive, because I thought, like, you're gonna struggle a lot. It's gonna be stressful at first, and you and your roommate are gonna have problems, but it's cool because you'll be able to work it all through. And no. Just to past self, you were wrong in like pretty much every way you could possibly think. Um, Moving here, I did not have a job set up. I had an opportunity to have a job, but I knew that it wasn't really going to work out for me. And I'm still glad that I did not take said job, because I would pretty much be screwed. Um, so glad I did not take that. So good job, past self. You did one thing right. But I was not financially or mentally in the right mindset to be living on my own. If you guys know me decently well, you know that I struggle from anxiety problems and also from depression. And my depression had been getting a lot better, as well as my anxiety, but it was mainly because I was working 3 jobs, and so I didn't really have time to freak out or, anything. So by the time I moved here, I had probably 2.5 months where I did not have a job. So I was not being kept busy. I just had school, which I'm paying for school, rent, groceries, literally everything myself, which once again, major, major factor. Um, if your situation is not bad, I would wait until you're able to financially handle living on your own. I thought my mental health was going to get 20 times better when I moved here. The exact opposite happened. If you're close to me at all in my life, then you know some of the things I was dealing with. A lot of my family still doesn't know everything I was dealing with. Um, my depression came back full force, and I was really, really struggling at the time. Pretty bad. And if I did not have the very, very small support system I had, I don't think I'd be here. Which is kind of crazy to say because I haven't felt like that in years, but it came back, and it came back really, really hard. So that happened, and I was getting so stressed that I was literally blacking out. I have to go to therapy now that luckily my work actually pays for. and my work's also going to help me pay for schooling. I was really, really lucky to just kind of stumble upon the job that I have, um, in the company I have. It's been everything. It's kind of like the only reason why I think I can keep doing this. But they consider it dissociations, but she doesn't really think that I have like any dissociative disorder. She thinks it has to do with my anxiety. But I would literally, like, there were times where I just would lose time. I would lose track of hours. I'd suddenly be in the middle of the city in a part that I'd never been before because I had just moved here, and suddenly I was there. I was in the middle of a city where I did not know where to go and how I got there, and I would get really, really scared. Yeah. Mental depletion, a lot more stress than I ever thought, and just the whole experience has not been positive for me. So at this point, I'm kind of faced with a decision because I'm not living here next year. Um, yes, that's been decided. I'm not living with my current roommate next year. She's taking the apartment that we currently live in because things did not work out with her, and I kind of have more options. And my two biggest options right now are moving in with my boyfriend and moving in to a place in Kalamazoo. Once again, I don't think I made the right decision moving in at 18, but you really, really need to consider your home life, whether or not it's positive or negative for you to be living there. If it's a genuinely negative environment, then I completely understand your need kind of to move out. Second, financial. If you're in the right financial state to support yourself, or even if like your parents are going to be helping you out. There are a lot of people I know who can't deal with number three, even if they have their parents taking care of them. The mental toll that like living on your own and that major change in your life that, it is. If you don't think you can handle that, I would wait. And yeah, so I really don't think it was right for me. I wish I would have waited at least another year to where I was financially just, and I dealt with like my mental health a little bit more and wasn't just so focused on this idea of moving when I really did not have too much of a reason to be moving. And I'm sorry if this was kind of a ranty and not super helpful video for you guys, but I really wanted to put out there kind of what it was like for me. And I know a lot of people, when I was moving, like 6 months ago, were interested in knowing kind of like how it went. So thus far, this is it, and if this video serves as nothing as like more of a marker for me to watch in the future and go, hey, here's everything you figured out since fourth. Go kid, you're still moving. Um, don't lose hope. I love you guys. I've made it this far, and even if you are struggling, I'm struggling too. We're all good together, and I'm really, really proud of myself for making it this far and going through everything I have. So, it hasn't been a complete failure or anything like that. It's just it is how it is. I love you guys. Thank you so much if you've stuck through this whole video. It's gonna been just a long rant, but I love you so much, and I hope you guys all have better experiences than I did, or even just enjoyed this video. So thank you so much. Bye.